If you didn't think people could use a dating app or a video game to protest against systemic racial injustice, think again. Over the past fortnight, hashtag Black Lives Matter has flooded our social media. Lots of people are sharing images of physical protests happening around the world. But in the middle of a global pandemic that's keeping many of us indoors, people are finding innovative new ways of demonstrating their solidarity from the comfort of their screens.
The Black Lives Matter rally that I organised allowed Simmers across the world, so we're talking Korea, Germany, the UK, the United States, Japan, Brazil, Portugal, to use their creativity as well as their voices to stand together against racism of all forms and police brutality.
I was having them basically send me a link to either a cloud link to a photo or going to like Snapchat and just sending me a thing there because you can't send photos over Tinder. So I really have been just floored by the positivity.
Both Danielle and Dakota shared their online activism via online video. Whether it's a 15-second TikTok or a 5-hour-long Twitch live stream, more and more people are doing it.
I think that generally speaking, video marketing and video content is the thing that's propelled the Black Lives Matter movement internationally. And it's also the thing that has horrified us the most in terms of the content that we see. But the truth of the matter is that what's happening is not new. It's just now that people can capture it and put it on TikToks or put it on Instagram.
We've seen a rise in algorithmic activism. Users on platforms like TikTok are using engagement strategies to try and catapult content onto other people's feeds, such as commenting or sharing the link. Some have also mobilised to game hashtags that are being promoted by counter movements to try and make sure that hashtag Black Lives Matter still reigns, including K-pop fans.
Whenever there was like a controversial hashtag such as White Lives Matter, people decided to post fan cams on the White Lives Matter and the White Out Tuesday hashtags, and that was to like confuse people who were using those hashtags.
Beyond algorithmic activism, we're also seeing interesting ways of accruing donation money. For example, persuading people to watch YouTube videos so that the advertising revenue can be contributed to things like bail funds. But how does big tech handle so many of its users suddenly turning into activists? Tinder has had to apologise for banning some users who promoted Black Lives Matter on their profiles. And TikTok has come under fire for an algorithm that has allegedly suppressed the visibility of black creators. It's since made promises to improve its moderation strategies and create a diversity council. But for many, this has been a fortnight of traumatic online content, online racist abuse, and even being banned on the very platforms they were trying to spread their message on.
I think what I'd want to see from tech companies is move away from design by profit and a design by safety, because that is a fundamental framework that will mean that we're looking at involving all users and making sure that all users are safe and included. It's not about beating ourselves up, but I think it's about incorporating tech accountability in our messages when we're calling for systematic reform.
Kind of online activism hasn't been going on for very long. We're talking kind of 10 years. So, you know, as we reach a more sort of mature kind of activism, you see a much more organised approach to things like Black Lives Matter, for example, has become organised. So we're bound to see that with activism of all kinds, that it will start to catch up with itself, if you like, in terms of organisation and kind of institutions and fitting into the existing institutional landscape.
Whatever the social movement and whatever the social media, digital activism is going to continue to grow. Sure, a lot of people are using social media to help facilitate physical protests, but the pandemic is showing us that online activism can be just as important to people as offline activism.
My granny, who is the daughter of a Scottish slave master and a black Caribbean slave, used to say to me all the time before she died, each one of us need to put our tiny little drop in the ocean. And when we put our tiny drops in the ocean, if enough of us put a tiny drop in the ocean, we create a ripple. And a ripple creates a wave, and a wave creates a tidal wave. every single activism counts, whether it's just one black square, one Zoom protest, or a million marches, whether your activism is in the boardroom by questioning your organization's policy around gender and race discrimination, or whether your activism is having conversations with your friends about white privilege. It all matters, and we need all of it in order to make real sustainable change.